It's like, Lord, all the men in my church is none of them are for me. Like, so what's happening? What's going on? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Graven on his palms. If you're new here, thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And I'm glad you've decided to join this journey with me. So this video is part 4 to let go and let God. And if you haven't watched the last 3 parts, I encourage you to do so. It's all part of a series of finding a godly spouse. And this video will make more sense if you watch the last 3. So I'm going to link the most previous one up somewhere above. I've recorded this video in 2 parts, so hence why you're going to see the 2 different outfits. But let's start, and we're going to begin with 1 Samuel chapter 16, and we're going to pick up the story from verse 10. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel, and Samuel said unto Jesse, the Lord hath not chosen these. So ladies, I find this interesting. There's so many different guys passing before Samuel, and it's like, is it this one, is it this one, is it this one, is it this one? And that's what happens to us, right? When we're going through life and we get to an age where we think, you know, I'm ready for marriage, Lord, I'm waiting for the one. And you know, somebody comes into your radar, a man comes into your radar, and you're like, is it this one? Then another one, maybe it's this. Surely it's this one. Until like you've seen so many men, but ain't none of them for you. So don't be discouraged, because this is what happened with Samuel. All of the 7 came before him, and he was like, the Lord hasn't chosen these. And do you know what he said? In verse 11, he said, Samuel said unto Jesse, are these all your children? Is this it? Because I'm confused. And this is sometimes how we are to God. It's like, Lord, all the men in my church is none of them are for me. So what's happening? What's going on? Okay, so let's look at another story. We're going to look at the story of Elijah, and we're going to pick it up from 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 14 and 18. And he said, this is Elijah, I have been very jealous for the Lord God of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thine altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. And I, even I, only am left, and they seek my life to take it away. Verse 18, this is God speaking. Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which hath not kissed him. Can you just see how far Elijah's reality was from God's reality? He said he had 7,000. We do not see as God sees. Elijah did not see as God sees. And because he didn't, he became upset, depressed, saddened, grieved. Why? Because in his mind, he's the only one left. Ladies, when we're saying that there's no men in the church, don't we feel the same as Elijah? In all the churches I've been to, I cannot find one. And the Lord is saying to you, and he's saying to me, I have 7,000 that's not bowed their knees. I have 7,000 obedient ones. And in this thing called marriage, ladies, we only need one. So let's not get into the trap of being discouraged based on what we see, but learn to see through the eyes of faith, through God's eyes. In Jeremiah 32 verse 27, it reads, behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? The God that made the earth, the skies, the seas, the sun, the moon, the stars in a matter of days. Is it too hard for him to find you a spouse? This idea that there's no men in God's church is really a statement of folly. And that just is a lie. It's a falsehood from Satan. If we believe that thought, then what that tells us to do is to go outside of God's church and find a man. And that's where everything goes downhill. So we can't entertain that thought because it's false. It's not truth. It's error. Now Jesse says to Samuel, there remaineth one more. And I want you to note this one more because this starts to excite me. The one more that Jesse has left. Remember the story. Samuel saw all Jesse's sons and he thought that, you know what, this must be the anointed one based on their physical or outward appearance. And God was like, nope, it's none of them. So you're almost expecting the one that God has for Samuel to be ugly and to look bad and to look rough and to look a bit because God said don't look on the outward appearance, right? So the person he's going to give you is going to be so horrible outwardly. That wasn't the case. Listen to the description of the one that God had for the new king. Verse 11, Samuel says to Jesse, are these all your children? And he says, no, there remaineth one more, the youngest. And there remaineth yet the youngest. And behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, speaking about David, and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. Oh, come on. Come on. When you choose based on the heart, just as God chooses, God will make this man goodly to look to for you. And remember, like, we are to be attracted to our spouse mentally, physically, and spiritually. God will meet all those points. So don't be afraid of that. He will be just what you want in a man if we wait upon the Lord for the one he has for us. This matter of finding a spouse is a matter of faith. We just have to trust God and not take this decision ourselves. In Revelation 14 verse 12, it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. When Christ comes back, he is looking for those who are obedient and those that have faith. Those that have trusted him in all areas of their life, including finding a spouse. So my question to you is, when Christ comes back, will he find that you have been faithful in this matter of choosing a spouse? I pray that he will, and I pray the same for myself also. Take care and God bless. And remember that you are graven on his palms, and whatever concerns you concerns the Lord. Ta-ta! Till next time.